I'm making some assumptions here, and I feel like these are healthy assumptions to make, is that there's an intentional branding strategy. I mean, even the hoodie, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I would love for you to break down for folks how you think about brand. Like, so first off, like, where did Teach Hustle Inspire come from? But then, like, also, how do you think about branding? Because clearly it's working in terms of, I saw it before I knew you. So talk to us around where did that brand come from, and then how you think about branding.
Okay. So similar to pricing and a lot of other things, it was a journey, and I didn't just come out the gate with it. As I mentioned, had a epiphany, if you will, clarity on this is how I need to have more impact. Went to school, started doing some things, started having a couple of things here or there. And so I was going out and branching out, and just kind of, I knew that I needed to do something, but I just wasn't sure what. So 2017, 2018, I start landing more speaking engagements, and I just feel I can't really understand or explain adequately where or why, but I just feel like I need to do more and just have a bigger presence. And so I started coming up with these ideas. And Teach Hustle Inspire is actually the second iteration of my brand, if you will. And so 2017, I want to say I launched a podcast, and it was called Urban and Educating. And I was trying to have like just a different feel. And so that's the brand that I was using. And it was cool, but it was like, just, it did the job for the time. And then a couple of years later, in 2019, I'm doing something, I can't remember what it is. And I'm just kind of feeling this shift. And I'm sitting in my office, and the good Lord just dropped, like, literally just Teach Hustle Inspire. And just like in my head, I'm like, I started playing around. I did the design myself. I kind of, and it took me maybe 30 minutes, but it wasn't 30 minutes. It was years worth of experience, studying branding, studying impact, studying what I want to be, studying what I want to communicate. And it all came together in 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? And so once I had that clarity and I saw it in my head, I just kind of put it together. I was using like Photoshop and Canva, simple stuff, and just kind of put it together myself. And I was like, that's it. But I needed to test it. And so the way that I tested it was I kind of relaunched the podcast, and I put it on my Instagram. I said, this is going to be the new podcast design. What do you think? A lot of likes and comments. Got a couple of people DMing me. They were like, yo, we should put that on a shirt.
Ooh, come on, Ooh.
We could make a lot of money, not knowing I already had experience in merchandise. So I already knew kind of what the strategy and the game plan was going to be. Two more people after that hit me up with kind of similar things. Somebody even slid a mock-up of my logo on a cup and was like, do you like this? We could do this. I was like,
wow, the audacity.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But it's all good. But that was validation for me.
Right.
That was validation.
Right.
Like, this is hitting. So I went straight forward with it and led with that, because there's a couple of things with it. I think what helps it to stand out is that, number one, it's simple. Number two, it's slightly edgy, and it's different. Because if you look at a lot of teacher brands, and this is like no slight and no shade, but you'll see a lot of teachers brand themselves, and a lot of the fonts, like this is like teacher font. And
listen, don't give me no Crayola font, okay?
And which is all good, and they have their audience, which is cool, but that's not my audience. That's not my lane. That's not me.
Right.
So I had to do something that was me. And what I began to learn about that is that it resonated with people, and it was very easy to differentiate myself. And so just with exposure from merchandise, I use my skills in having merchandise experience. I use my skills in being able to speak and converse with people and have conversations, just navigate things. I put all of that together and launched the shirts initially just in one color. Then I expanded. They started doing really well. And I used that as just like a beacon. It's like the bat signal up there, because educators, they understand and they can relate with that. Like, and it also has meaning. So the teach means to unlock intellectual treasure. The hustle is about like how we can't stop and won't stop learning. And the inspire means to spread love and light. So it's positive, it's clear, and it's personal.